So I like to apart about Monday Night Raw. So I want to check out on my first wrestling news on my first channel. So you want to check out on my second channel. So you want to check that out. So I can use a drop on my live chat. So they can use on North my North applications below. So anyone can sign in this YouTube membership and you want to sign here live right here. So you can get your descriptions, YouTube descriptions right here. So let's break everything down from tonight's has Monday Night Raw. So let's go live right here. And then first off, we have Stephanie Vakil will kick things off on the wall tonight. So I went last time into Athens. Stephanie Vakil lost to Liv Morgan at WrestleMania 42 on April 18th. Anya Summit Day, Watson Perez at Women's Intercontinental Champion Raquel Rodriguez, and he was a Women's World Champion Liv Morgan. West Bang has Stephanie Vakil and Becky Lynch that there is power in numbers games to kick off on Monday. So Stephanie Vakil calls out Liv Morgan. Ayu was engaged from the back. Ayu was freaking by her teammates. Ayu said just cornerstones if facing her. Adding in her longest way did not FACE her because she is a true champion for herself. Is Stephanie Vakil impressed her it was already her demand for Liv Morgan to come to the ring a 3-on-1 beatdown. Anya was into when Becky Lynch hit to the ring, was it down. I went to admit to be safe and get a day to was declared. Anya said a title ring when it is between them where is head to the hills, but once again Anya was going so open hand. I was leaving the both positive number one Nintendo. He was lying and standing tall, and yes, it was a so tired assessment to kick off the night. So I didn't just justify it. So City Heating author Ed Hales of Waddle. He was telling a story of two baby faces who may not be able to overcome past sunny day. What if they fail to found and acting on a common ground? A three-way match is infallible. Any policy soon has money in the bank and New Orleans. Lincoln then said the story is Fakir and Becky Liz pointing their own slight issues. Decide to come back a common enemies. So Stephanie Fakir, A-U-R-A, and anybody has helped her for a relationship between connections. Underwater her a title promos have constantly improved, and that she is or just an instant that she is in. So the public comment that values Anya's ability to talk has WWE is a testament to the has part of formal. Liv Morgan has delightfully unlockable. Tony Hill her ability to work it in the attendant's face and do so graphically helps and advances her in her role, and that much better. So either between has Liv Morgan. Anya says I may date with an embarrassed or Stephanie Fakir. It's not an embarrassment if it's so predictable that one can set up a clock by second or pulling. So, how long is Liv Morgan is gonna have this title reign? She's totally annoying. And please, Becky Lynch Justin is sort of an ew. I really think. So, I did Liv Morgan suspect her gum at Stephanie Fakir's face. Okay, this is very strange. So, that gum is bit and missed, just like how her championship log is waiting. It has been so far a miss. After when Liv Morgan does whatever she wants because she is the greatest women's world champion of all times. Yes, he does. So I like Liv Morgan because she's was totally annoying. So that's I really think. So let's go to the next match. So in the next match we have a a singles match. So we have Stephon Evans. Here we go. 101 against C.J. Medina. And last time in their absence, Stephon Evans has been undefeated or equal in pace on August 4th. C.J. Medina and Dominic Mysterio lost to Zack Gable in Penta of August 4th. As if in pause, this match is set up during in this commercial break. Stephon Evans squared off with C.J. Medina in a singles competition. And it is on down between of two work horses who have been as responsible for some other the ball brands. And it was the best in ring outings also last year. It saw the Anderson's ace. He was focusing on the innings of his opponent. So it wasn't only for the young OC to prove his reality stay inside the fight. He was an incline finish he made of his opponent with the OC collar. He was a celebration was cut short to his big cast. He was a snake attack out of nowhere. And as he made his way to the back, it was a definite Stephon Evans. He was asking the big man what if that was all he had. Stephon Evans. He might want last offense, but big cast again. He was left him laying down. And it was a soul match itself. It was compared with some great fall ones in this babyface. Agent made this an innovative title assessment at some point. He's been through. We're all going to need to see Big Cass back in the squad circle. And he will look to prove the groove he has made he was a performer between on the awards. So everyone out on this match, Stephon Evans. Anya Grayson was a one eminent message from Stephon loving Stephon Evans in this maybe in this feels that he just that out of him, but if so is as others will be about months more than he wins and loses. And yourself for the table match between him and Big Cass. And those two who paid attention to Cass. He worked as W mostly in, yeah, he was part in TNA, in Big Bell in AEW now, and that's a big man can hang with Stephon Evans. But if he is allowed to open his enemy, the performance be more than the intervals of nasal. So let's go to the next match. So we have a number one Nintendo tournament match. We have Ray Phoenix. Here we go, 101 against El Fresco. I did last time in 4 absence. Ray Phoenix has been undefeated. Nothing Boy at AAA August 15th. I did El Fresco. The boys at Gases, and he was Mamio when it lost to the lost Fampos at AAA, survived 34th. He was a Libre style. He took the single stage on Monday night as AAA Cruiserweight champion. Ray Phoenix battled El Fresco, where the assist to advise in the Indies Sunday tournament for a title shot at Roman Reigns World Heavyweight Championship starting on September 14th from Mexico City. Under Fresco overpowered Phoenix. Also at one point, he was calling pressing him and letting him once his cruiserweight as champion fought his way back into the match. He was doing an immense press onto the top rope for a 2-count falls. After Fresco attempted a foam stone, a move. He was been in Mexico, but it's not into the United States, but Ray Phoenix escaped the babyface. He normally develops a Mexican muscular buster to a clean victory. This was a solo piece that one might have expected. Still, it also was supposedly incredible wrestling and highlights the undersized champion, and it set him up to battle the winner of Jack and Lee, and it is a D. Joshua Wano Suno is still to come later into the night, and the winner in this match, Ray Phoenix. WWE did another 2 attempts at attendance, after who El Fresco was, but the crowd was not fortunate enough in Ray Phoenix that they will pay on this absence. Either price at the time, so the Phoenix has arrived after the match. Lia Fakir cut the old personal in this promo, and this is one of her opponent tonight. So welcome her confident to this great new chemical has been nothing sort of philosophy. So, and next match we have Soroka. Here we go, 101 against Laya Vakia. Last time we do the 4 lessons. Soroka in Ayo Sky on your feet, so submit day on August 10th. And Laya Vakia, Japan, singing Paco on the main event August 13th. So welcome return to Women's Intercollege Championship. This is on Monday night with a clean victory over Live Vakia in a highly contested match. He was at NXT with both tested his own pursuit with his scoring metaphors at different points in this match, including a top rope of leg drop from Fukuya. So Walker involves a device to counter a Nightwing attempt of running a big DDT, a wrestling hold opponent off with a Soroka Smasher. This was a damn good and effective matchup that highlights Soroka pivotal in Live Vakia strength between onions of the ropes. It also put how unconfident the icing tower is, and this may have been Soroka the first match on the main roster. It also considering some of the women's seat has already set the ring with according to the greatest of all time, Becky Lynch, and that is a hang testament to both women's. And the winner of this match, So Walker. I just think the match was great, and Soroka is probably the right choice to go over, but he was being the Fukuya accuracy says had a amazing career she has. And it was different performance in Cleveland or has Bailey on Saturday nights. Main event may have been the wrong call. And he was past days, so also big to signify too about he was doing what he could not be by devoting Solo Sokola just at RTC later tonight. So I knew between them, I knew when the Usos are beyond excited to enable Solo Sokola to Roman Reigns tonight. Anya is amazed that Triple H got you guys right where he wants you. So into it where I thought Sydney also makes me laugh also at time. So I seen this movie is called Uncle Buck movie. He might call Sam Uncle Uncle Solo Sokoa. So Uncle Buck is like my name, Buck. So what do you think? So okay, we did that. Okay, so Agent Ransom man with a wall of advice for skimming for kill. Agent was the kill that put skimming for kill out of full asses, not Watson Perez. So that's what I'm thinking about. So, hey, so now even Becky Lynch knows what Simon Day is pretty much going to do to deal with them. So, I have seen this part of the movie. Next scenes, they are rolling around and someone ends up going on someone's face. It's going to eat it. So, so I just smoke, so Skimming for Kill is going to Water 1 with Roxanne Perez next week in her fourth match back after WrestleMania. This is all it leads to for Kill and Becky Lynch the face against Roxanne and Raquel. So that's what I'm thinking about. So Iron Things are still very. This is on to a Bloodline story. Sergey Fatu about to smack St. Uso's face. Andrew wins to get Fatu destroys Ward's keys. And St. Uso beats Sasaka with help from Big Sam. And St. Uso thinks he says one of the biggest matches of the entire year. So, when you want to beat the first of this place over and commentate it for me right now. So, hold on guys, give me a second here. Give me a second. So, Paul Heyman made the announcement of about Sunday's main event is coming up on, I say, starting next month. Let me see here. Yeah, it's starting on September the 6th. It's on Sunday. After Wesley Till Paul Heyman says made the announcement by Sunday night main event. So Paul Heyman says Auburn family will face Brown Echo at Sunday main event. Oh man, this is gonna be great. Man, where is Braun Breaker and Scott Steiner? So, Scott Steiner was a tag team and next aggressive stars. The Steiners is all in the WWE tag team scenes. So, why will this match happen in September anyway? There's supposed to be a main event. That does not make any sense of that. I was confused. This is with a main event. I think I'm voting for Over Flaming. Has been turning heel in this month to pass the Big Show. He was part with AEW. Has Paul White past Big Show. Annually he gave Brock Lesnar his first ill has regardless. I can see these two having a brawl match since like 10 I'll say 10 to 15 years from now, and it being a very big deal. I think so. I mean, you're gonna watch Braun Breaker. He fast, he speeds, but he was over Indian. I don't see no competition unless he go for it knee surgery. So he needs to. I really think. And this could be the most EPIC, like WrestleMania built up since Dwayne Johnson The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, but so you can't lose it on Sunday Night Main Event, right? Okay, so I'm going to remind you guys right here, starting to, so I'll remind you guys here a second. I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. Here, let me go back here, highlights. So, who is the enforcer of WWE? Is it Over Flaming? Of course. Anyway, Paul Heyman said he'd been missing about Brock Lesnar already. He told us who the enforcer is. Take Brock Lesnar more than anyone else in this company. So the world is Over Flaming, right? I really think so. Over Flaming and Braun Breaker are both the first hosts of WWE. So let's go to Bond Breaker call out has over framing. Last time in their absence, Bond Breaker defended Sir Henry on August 3rd. Over framing defended Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam August 4th. Either way he started has a backstage promo. Has been for a set of versus Austin Theory, Seth Marcus Shaw, Logan Paul, Matthew Dupree, and Bond Breaker gave way to the Orlando. Has been walking down to the ring, and he was in calling out over framing. So, after when Paul Heyman came out to interrupt it, he was making just questions who is a opposite of WWE. I just a little between the two in the sports circle. Has been marking Bond Breaker. It was remained that the fans that Brock Lesnar knows who it is whenever you have a problem with that, whether it is you. Can I take it up with me any day, any time? And Alba Femi told the badass, you take the monster closer to Alba Femi, you take a permanent step away, and for me. So, Paul Heyman has a warrant to Bron Breakker. I just listened to Vasicate and said, and they do not set things up permanent masses to what's demand, so that was also this company. After he said, a superstar knows that I was a part of the main event. He was bringing the veil. He set up to a match between the two. Adjustment was with Adam Pearce only into the day for starting starting on September 6th at Sunday night main event in Atlanta. I just mind games to maybe continue is Paul Heyman with Bron Breakker is possibly in getting with over framing, or is Paul Heyman is doing what he has done so many times. Either in his career, he was playing both sides before. He wasn't been referring his suits at the right time. Either while for Paul Heyman, also has engaging in opposite comparing a portal former has there is in wrestling today. And this will be all about Bron Breakker and Oprah framing. And this feels like the perfect time to have to split in Bron Breakker from to Paul Heyman if the forces are available. And that is the strategy just is heavy or not. It is a cognitive addresses that should be it was to conceal his vested overways over Femi mocking Blonde Breaker has been talking to Paul Heyman in damn nail spot on the process of the tag champions. So yes, I was thinking. So we have a number one Nintendo tournament match. Dragon Lee will face against SAD Jaguar Suno. Last time into Athens, Dragon Lee on defeating Dominic Mysterio on August 10th. SAD Jaguar Suno and was undefeated was dramatical in date of ACO or AAA, July 25th. He wasn't a superstar, but once wasn't to have the official of Lesser Ibrahim style. We have some incentive to prove has Rey Mysterio right as Dragon Lee, wherever still the silence of LSD Dr. Ronald Suno to advise in this tournament to crown a number one Nintendo to the World Heavyweight Championship. I was into up to masses. It started slow, but it was picked up. I just falsely agile to the break, but it was a crowd that wasn't inside in Athens, heading on every man falls. I wasn't normally Dragon Lee, a little bosses to Dragon Lee to score to the clean win and set up what should be an Athens pack all thrown down with Rey Fenix as the next round. I was a good match. It was Ronald Suno assigned in. I was different. This was imaging. That's the only lesser match was mine. And I went on this match. Dragon Lee. I was considering to Diddy we have slight issues where it is at the top of this company. It is insulting that Dragon Lee has not been better possible to be a star. I did also this person he has costly a level when given this opportunity that had in access 71. He has plenty of years left too. So and next match we have Intercollege Championship match. The top will be online. So we have Rey Mysterio goes one-on-one against Chad Gable. Last time in there for Athens, all equal aiming pace different Rey Mysterio was July 27th. Chad Gable impended as undefeated Summit Day on August 4th. Chad Gable is grateful retain his Intercollege Championship on Monday Night Out Wrestling Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio in it, so the starting contest. This was a black and a fourth match. He had set a entire crowd popping over the person that for Rey Mysterio. He might turn back, set a clock, and be one of the best pro wrestlers in the world, and but once again, and win in this singles goal. Andrew has laid Mysterio delivered a 619, but Gable got the knees up. Andrew on the splash, he imparted this angle lock on his leg, his angle lock, but then his somersault has escaped more. That was because it wasn't ensued before Gable, while Wayman getting up, he grabs his legs and scores to the painful victory. Anya is the greatest messenger of all time. He was salute Gable. He was grabbing to the towel around his waist. Anya in a sign of the disrespect between these two. Anya is to be no big surprise to everyone. And that this match it was two of the best is it business given time to work past the game and with Compass. It wasn't make chemistry, knowing a big time. And it will on this match, said Gable. While Mysterio continues to make such a case for causing on greatest of all time of top list, what if he was not away on them? Gable is outstanding and might be the best part of proud pro wrestler he is on the roster today. So it is time for our main event tonight. He was a supply able to Solo Sikoa to Roman Reigns. After last time in their absence, Say also defend Solo Sikoa on August 10th. After the Usos is signified to Leo and Solo Sikoa to World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns, who wasted no time. He wasn't winning and he was bound his formal it wasn't complete with just video package. And here when Roman Reigns says Roman Reigns says, reminding him that it was the OTC. After who allowed him in Tribal Combat back in January of last year's on January the 6th. So, under between that, here, I think, let me see. Give me a second here. And just January 6th. So Roman Reigns faces against Solo Sikoa this Tribal Combat on January 6th match. So I really think hold on guys, I lost my nose here, give me a second. Okay, I remember when I saw that story between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Let me see. I knew this match was a 6 Tribal Combat between Reigns and between with Solo Sikoa. There was a 2-year long running storylines where he left off, and Solo Sikoa has with Boise Sons Roman Reigns was a fighter and Tribal Chief title. Roman Reigns victory here is dismissed but said during Sasha Gerard post match. It wasn't good ending as possible in just a bowling Super Bowl. So I remember that when I just watched this premiere. So it's like last year since like January the 6th. Like while on Netflix premiere since. So I knew at the wall on Netflix premiere Roman Reigns faced Sasuke in a Tribal Combat match. I knew for a title Tribal Chief is a fighter. Paul Heyman had his a fighter at the ringside during the bout. I knew multiple times when Sasuke he talked some trash. He has said that he always loved Roman Reigns. And like he said that before, a rap made a sit around Roman Reigns' neck. So I remember that day before, I really think so. That's not it. Okay. Let me see. I did a total beatdown of Solo Sikoa, and Roman Reigns got his Solo Sikoa's glasses, and he fought his glasses down. So they didn't use glasses like when Solo Sikoa wheels. Anyone was calling about hair or face, but they used to him the whole time. So why just even Miles? So anyone found it was funny how Roman Reigns said, I think we put something together just for you and just a key grab and they made Solo look called and set it to set it in. So what if anybody wondering has Secret Fire 2 got his air fire already? But he doesn't. He has that he is a good guy champion. So wow. Roman Reigns already nothing to Secret Fire 2 has 0. And Thomas is such a big puppy longing to please his a monster. I don't know what's going on between Roman Reigns. I has a love and acknowledge Roman Reigns, but he went too far in a little bit. So I was thinking about a lot of times Mrs. Boss has Survivor Series War Games match. So War Games. So we have Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Sami Uso, Secret Fire 2, and Secret Fire 2 against Solo Sikoa, Evan Knight, Sir Henry, and Wallace Keys, and probably Savon Evans. So I think this pistol has Roman Reigns. So I know why guys are really refining that we're doing it's the same thing with this part just drawing again and again. So here's my opinion. So you guys think it's always is turning heel again? Like does he get sued when he acting like such as calling a piece of every week? He's been already back to the same thing again. We were doing back in last year's 2020. This is so lame. So that's what I'm thinking about. So this come on laugh here. I know when Suzuka spikes Roman Reigns. Oh my god, this is so insane. So this is things this it was before same thing as turning Roman Reigns. So I knew when Suzuka was going out with a fight. So Jason was a great classmate. I love how Solo has come around with the fans. So it's a boring stories over and over and over again. So it's like Same thing says Kevin Owens was a bloodline. So and Solo says every night also to the bloodline. So that's what I'm thinking about. Let's come more laugh. This is your one side. I'm the best manipulator of all time. Whoever made this gift me in this drink, I will come and pay for that. So, I thought Second Party was gonna turn on to Usos as well. That haven't been so hype. It might be with Suzuka again, I really think. I really thought we was about to lose the gold Suzuka to be just a line. So here's the last one here. So every night, BFT to Roman Reigns when Sasuke and every night is stand tall. So just belt up Solo and every night. I think the payoff needs to happen every night when it gives more way for World Heavyweight Championship. It was simple as that. So here's my question is. So why is Second Fight to sustain into the corner? So I really think so I was so I might be Tam like Tam like to the corner. He was a part of that. So let me tell you guys when when I was Second Fight 2 he was getting to the corner. So let me show you guys how. So let me see here a second. So when I stand right here, when Second Fight 2, you stand right there on right there. You stand between them, the sides of that. So when I stand right there, so it's like, and why is Second Fight just doing that stuff? I don't know how. I just love how Second Fight take in. I will make has every night wins the world title with an assist from Solo. I have him keep into next year's has Royal Rumble messaging in Roman Reigns' way. So So that's it we have for this week's for the main event tonight. I knew of a while Fatu who was by one way was the phone to the colonel every night in Suzuka stood top and to calls outside the zoo. Sakura talked to Babyface on the wall, playing. Yes, it was Gossip said it quite late. It up, and then it just Sakura. So loud as pop on his amazing career that two guys have now causing gone all on the blind wheel. Pop said a story forward and what Roman Reigns has to deal with the body of Fatu. I'm not starting him. What if Sasuke can continue to build on the moment that his engaging party has funny him? He is a pivotal backup top star. Wasn't just company has a top two babyface. Second Fatu was great heel. Better to the Orals. But I'm doing so anyway that I was his dramatic real supply line has been setting ways of his cousin of the group. So that's what I'm thinking about. So here's the last one here, and then just a lab pulse next. So we have MVP and Ottawa Wade. I have said a Thomas wonder it takes to show a tile aggressive stars of fans that's a hype. Cited him 12 in his missing career is such a field one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And he sold out on Monday night against Sad Gable in a battle of a match. Whereas in Moses Man, I mean this means nothing to his legacy at this point. I just sparkly when he is out there having great masses, giving us an entire crowd, wasn't in walking at a high level on it in night with Sasuke and Ayafake made a strong argument for MVP, causing it is one of the sports and greatest who surprised them for that spot. Yes, it was a great silk crossing England that made a bigger stars of Sasuke. It was a crap of a work, heavy episodes of Raw, strong in ring content, currently TV match of the EU with Nintendo between Rey Mysterio, Chad Gable, on cousins of broadcast. Yes, it was a first show, very clear expressions in some ways. It felt like the last year's has 2024 broadcast that has Triple A's Polyvac inside the county team had on-way reviews for, and there is no way to know whether the company can build on this broadcast and pick up a song moments moving into, but all technically also the fall and winter is getting weak, but this was a great start. So I didn't make so here's has breaking news. Says reminding you guys here in this info. So they can use my YouTube info. So I'm just says to remind you guys. So starting Monday Night Raw starts next week at 6 p.m. Is the time is Pacific, 5 p.m. CT, and there is more tapings on Friday. This is a SmackDown. Normally afterwards on that Friday there tapings on August 31st. This is a Raw starting on September 4th. A SmackDown. And so stars are getting Mondays to Fridays before Lemon Day weekend was off so they can have a show on Corey Lemon Day weekend. Says to I have to remind you guys in this info and all of these tapings info more episodes as well. So let's go to a YouTube live polls right away. Give me a second here. So we have 50% where you liked it, 7% is alright, and 50% didn't like it. So let's go to my X12 polls in a second. So we have 3% where I liked it, and 100% is alright. So that's all we have for this week's. So you can come. So come back here on this coming Wednesday on AEW Dynamite. So come back here when I go live starting Wednesday from AEW Dynamite and so much more. So I'm gonna get Mustico, Spotify Occupy, Spotify Radio, and podcast imaging and so much more. So I hope you guys have a rest of your have a great on Monday. Have a great night. So you can follow me here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and X Twitter. So you can find me here, right here. And I say guys, have a blessed Monday. Have a great night. I say guys next time. Have a great night, you guys. Have a great Monday. And come back on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite and more. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great Monday, you guys. Peace.